I'm John Gallagher here at the Bravo Awards. I'm here with Michael Spinosa from Unleash Technologies. Thank you for coming. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you.
Let me ask you this. If you had to turn back the clock 15 years ago, wherever, and talk about meet you as a senior in high school, what advice would you give yourself?
Give myself? That is a great question. I think the number one advice that I would give myself is I would say, keep your head down. Don't let failure be the stopping point for you. Don't jump off of a path. Stay on a path and take it to its fruition.
Definitely a good point. There's maybe one common denominator among all these companies, whether it's customers or employees, you all have to deal with millennials. What would be your advice you would give millennials for their careers, and what advice would you give managers to manage them?
I think for giving advice to the millennials is one thing that they really want to do is they want to have a job with purpose and they want to have impact. The thing about impact is no one's really quite sure what that impact is. So what we have to remember is there's a summit to every mountain. Yeah, there's a summit to every mountain. Make sure that you walk the journey. You still have to get to the top. Meaning, don't expect to come in somewhere and make an enormous difference. Give yourself the time to understand something, learn something, and be great at it. That's how you create impact.
What's your go-to app for running a business? You get one app on your phone that's business related. What's on it? You only get one.
Outlook.
Either that or LinkedIn has been the most common response.
LinkedIn's great, but Outlook gets me my email calendar and everything in between. So I'm going to go with Outlook.
It does. What's your biggest pet peeve in the office?
My biggest pet peeve in the office is probably me. I'm a giant troll. I like to visit everybody and say hello and interrupt them while they're working.
Well, millennials like that. They like the interaction, don't they?
Yeah, they do, but I stop them from sometimes getting their work done. So maybe, I guess my biggest pet peeve is sometimes me.
Millennials also like to be politically active, tend to. What's your advice for bringing politics in the office? Politics definitely seem to be more in the forefront today as maybe 8 years ago. What's your philosophy on discussing politics in the office?
My philosophy of speaking, in our office, we call it a transparent office. It's an open culture. People can speak about whatever they want as long as they're respectful. Respect is the key driver in all things. The reason these topics, such as politics, religion, or the other, are frowned upon is because they become heated and emotional. If you're able to speak and separate that and have a very tangible argument or even a disagreement, then I don't see a problem with that. That's the nature of people learning more about each other. In our office, we have Democrats, we have Libertarians, we have Republicans, we have everything, and we all work together.
Two more questions. Number one, if you hired me right now and said, John, you need to read this book or watch this movie before you start work, what would it be?
Ego-free leadership.
All right, lastly, what would you like to see out of our government, Mayor Pugh and Governor Hogan, to spur small business in Baltimore and the state?
Could you repeat that question?
What would you like to see out of our mayor and our governor here in Maryland to spur economic development across Maryland and especially in Baltimore?
Well, I'm going to go to the age-old go-to. I think that the way taxes are done against loans and certain types of income types needs to be revised. Because as a small business, we take a lot more punishment that slows down our hiring and also stunts our growth a little bit. Ultimately, I'd like to see that focused down upon. I know that Maryland's got a budget to balance, but just remember that we are the small businesses.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.